So what would be the self-rec proposal for school? The first thing we are doing, and we have been working for the last 2 years with schools, and this, believe me, has been very challenging because if you have a system that already is running, the system is rigid, and it's very difficult to change it and to make modifications. So we have gone step by step, and the first thing is to not go directly with the teachers, but we are working with parents. So once the parents get to the consultation, we are working on how their brain works. And that's for these challenging kids that I remember 10 years ago, we have bullies on high school, and now they are saying to me, do we have bullies in kindergarten? So do you think that a child that's 3 years, it's going to bully some other children? No. They are just kids, and that means that maybe this kid has a stress behavior. They are biting, they are hitting, and one of the things that maybe the school system haven't realized is that we have like a fashion mode with the iPads and those projectors. So most schools have projectors. What do you think they are looking at? YouTube? YouTube in schools? It's like something is wrong, because kindergarten shouldn't be at YouTube in schools. YouTube, it's maybe for 8 or 10-year-old kids, not for 2 or 3 years. So imagine the exposure that they have to visual stimuli, and think that on a ADHD children, on a learning disorder, or an Asperger, what are we doing to those kids? And the other thing is that they change how they teach reading, writing, and math, and they do it now transversal, so they don't do it explicit. So going transversal, it's like doing projects. That means that they are not getting the rules of language, the rules of grammar. So they are trying to figure out what the children is going to catch from the project. So that's where the chaos is beginning. So they don't realize that these special populations, that it's, for example, we say maybe 20% per classroom. That means that if we have 30 kids, we have at least 6 kids that will need some support. So we start with parents figuring out how the children's brain works, and we start sensibilizing them that we just need something different, and that the problem is not on the kid, it's in the social system, that we are not addressing their needs specifically. So first is to take out this label from the parents, okay? So that means that we are helping them to recognize and to reframe this children's behavior. Then we go on to the assessment, and we find what are the weaknesses or the strengths that we have. And then we look for the interests that the children has. And the interests are the principal part to start responding. That means to start recovering. So we make a reflection on the parents. So they stop labeling, they start to recognizing their strengths, they start to taking these kids outside maybe of so much classes for tutoring so you can read and write. And instead of that, what do you like to do? What are you good at? Are you with sports? Are you good with art? What are you good at? So that's the main thing that a parent and a teacher should know. What are you good at? Because that means that maybe you are good organizing. That means that your team, you will be the leader. If you are good with art and with drawings, that means that you are going to be part of the team doing the designer. There will be someone who is good reading and writing, and they will write up all the project. So you have to be good, and you have to do whatever you like to do. So that's the way that we find to respond. So we do all this reframing behavior, recognizing the stresses, especially the social, the cognitive ones, giving the child the opportunity to choose what is he good at. So that means that we will reduce all the stressors, do the reflection, and when we do all this and we have the parents realizing who is this child and what are their needs, then we go to school. And you can't imagine the response of the teachers. Once we start explaining how their brain works, the teachers start saying, well, I didn't realize that. And that means it's not me, how I teach. No. Now I know what I have to do. And then the teachers start doing different reflections about the way they teach, and they start doing strategies. So I don't go there to say to the teachers, you have to do this, 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 this. I just put the cards in the table and let the teachers reframe the behavior, start to recognize the stresses, and then it's incredible to see how they make up all the strategies to help this child. In that moment, the teacher's face change, and they are completely relieved. Why? Because they can understand this child. So that's what I want to share with you. We have been working for 2 years, and now, last year, we just have 1 school. Now, we have 3 schools we are working with, and this has been challenging for everyone, but when you see the results and you see how can we help to do this change, it's completely amazing. So I know we are maybe left behind on education, but I think the teachers and the resources we have are really good. So thank you for listening to me.